Okay, girl gang. So here's the longer daily damage report. It is 420. Happy 420. We are still mourning the passing of my brother this week. So all of the parties and events that Stella and I were actually supposed to be appearing at this weekend got completely kiboshed because we are dealing with that. However, obviously I am using cannabis to cope. So what I alluded to in my other video, now my brother was a veteran. He was a homeless veteran at points. He was, when he moved here, he actually stayed in a house that was reserved for homeless veterans who were in transition when he helped settle here. So you guys know how I'm big on charity and I go and feed the homeless. I've been feeding the homeless in Hartford because that's where my former business partner and I did it. I want to move to feeding the homeless in Holyoke, where the facility is located. So we're gonna be adjusting those efforts. As of right now, Stella and I are planning on starting a 501c charitable foundation to feed people in his name. He was a cook. He was a foodie. Even when he still thought of himself as kind of a bad person, who, I don't give a fuck about other people, blah, 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 blah. He couldn't stand the thought of anyone being hungry because he grew up a hungry kid. So he was always feeding people and he was homeless. So right now, our house is not being foreclosed on. We found the money. Grass Squatch and I are taking a year and then we're selling it for the equity we have. And then we're buying a big ass plot of land with my ex-husband and starting a hopefully glamp ground business on it in Canada. So I lived in Calgary, Alberta before I moved back here. I'm from here. I married my second husband and moved up there. And when we divorced, I took the kids and moved home on his instructions and blessing, right? So as of right now, I have 3 special needs medically complex kids. Everything going on with the Department of Education really scares me. But more than that, my ex-husband is concerned about crossing the border to come see the kids. I'm concerned about doing the same. So we worried that after we exchanged custody for this summer that it would be irreversible. So Grass Squatch and I are going to move back to Canada, East Coast this time. We're planning Nova Scotia. And we are going to homestead. We're going to buy a big-ass plot of land and set up an organic hemp farm. We are going to put in solar panels and a wind farm money, and we're going to run a glamp ground for tourism. We found a county in Nova Scotia that actually works with Immigration Canada to invest in newcomers and their businesses and get them over there. So regardless of anything that's going on politically, I have kids that are dual citizens. And if me and both their fathers and one of their grandmothers is hoping to come, can all live in the same place and have a family compound, it doesn't matter what the politics are or where it is. That is what's absolutely best for my children. And now that I have the chance, that's what we're going to do, because life is short. Unfortunately, my brother was almost paralyzed by the end. And now that he has passed, we are free to go. I hope that Stella and her husband are going to come with us, but this is a choice that I have to make for my kids. She's family too, so I'm really hoping that we'll all continue to raise our kids together, just like Em and I are doing already. So we have very interesting family dynamics, but I grew up a very lonely, only child biologically, and I chose my siblings as an adult, and because I was so lonely, and I love them as much as if I had grown up with them. I'm going to start crying again, so I'm going to end this here. I am still very deeply in mourning. When I finish his eulogy, actually, I'm going to let you guys see the dress rehearsal. because I want everyone to have the chance to know his story. He was an adventurer and a bard and lived a really fucking interesting life, actually. And I want to make sure that his story is in the world so that everyone has a chance to hear it. All right, girl gang, it is 4:20. So now that I have gone around the errand I needed to run, my kids are with my mother. I am going to celebrate by laying here and playing The Sims and getting really, really high. Thank you guys for growing with me. Happy high holiday.